Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation. Welcome to Let's Fix It with Chenauda. Sit back, relax, and take some copious notes as we provide you with some awesome solutions to your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching this live via Facebook, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Chenauda Harris, your financial specialist. Well, welcome back, you guys. I am super excited today. Today is been an incredible day in our history. Yes. Inauguration Day, which symbolizes a lot of things. A new day of new beginnings, pride, and so much more. Today we were able to witness history. And we have a new president, Joe Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris, the first African American, South Asian American woman to hold the office. Girls, our voice is loud and clear in the White House. What a moment in history. That gives me chills. This is what collaboration is about. You know, women, we can unite together for a common cause. Right. It's not all about competition. This right here today shows us the power of what women are capable of doing, including holding an office such as vice president in the White House.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm very hopeful for the healing and the endless possibilities of this leadership moving our country forward. We got a lot of work to do. And what I do know for sure, no matter what, God is in control.
Yes, He is.
And I just pray that this is a whole new beginning for a whole lot of different things. That we can end the era of the shenanigans of the past 4 years and put that behind us. But in honor of our new VP, make sure you drop your selfies on my page today. We're doing a lunch giveaway. I wanted to choose that person at the end of the show, but due to the fact that y'all haven't put your selfies out there, right, we don't have anybody to pick from, so I guess nobody hungry. I got my pearls on, so I'm excited. Well, anyways, let's talk about collaborations today. I have the pleasure of having my very first special guest of 2021 in the studios today, Ms. Shamika Baskin of Baskin Tax and Insurance Group. She's from right here in Southfield, Michigan, you guys, and I'm super excited to welcome you to the Let's Fix It show.
Thank you, Mrs. Harris. It's my pleasure of being with you today.
Awesome. So before we hop right into all this incredible information that these people are dying to know,
right?
Let's talk about who is Shamika Baskin.
Well, my name obviously is Shamika Baskin. I am a person who loves to help people. In a nutshell, if you take away the taxes and you take away the insurance, I just truly like helping people. But most importantly, I started my tax service over 10 years ago. And it was it was from my home. I was a single mother at the time, and I had a tax preparer, and I had a small business. And the small business, that was the first year I had to file a business tax. I was excited about my little business. And when I got there and he did my taxes, I wasn't getting anything back. And I was devastated.
I would have been too.
And I was like, no, something's wrong. I wasn't educated about all the business expenses and the things that I should have kept up with. And he said, well, you need to go home and get your finances in order. and come back and see me, because what you're presenting to me, I know is not accurate. And I was like, okay. So I went home and I signed up for like these different things. I didn't even have a business bank account. I was using my personal account to take care of my business, and that's not what you're supposed to do. Learning later on that you don't supposed to commingle funds, I wasn't never taught that. No one ever showed me that. Most of the time, we just turned our passion and like the stuff, our hustle, into a business, and hey, that's what we got. But the fundamentals around actually having that business and what was needed to have a successful and a legal business with the IRS was not really what was going on with me. So needless to say, he was charging me like over $400 to $500, and I was like devastated too. So I went home and started practicing on TurboTax.
Okay.
And I realized that the amount that he gave me was almost the same as what, after I got my stuff together, what I came up with. So it started out me just helping family members and educating myself, and then I took tax classes. I am a computer engineer by trade, so this was far left from the field that I was in, and basically just started from there. I end up, starting my first tax business officially in 2011. I was at home, and it just kept growing and growing and growing from referrals. I got a grant from Detroit in 2016 through the Motor City Match, and I was able to open me up a commercial space in Southwest Detroit. I was there for 3 years, and my business began to grow and more, and here I am today. And I added insurance because what I saw the commonality of was people didn't have their finances in order, and people didn't have their life in order as far as protecting themselves. So that's what made me, who I am today, just helping people in their financial situations and protecting themselves and their loved ones and their families.
That's awesome. You said a whole lot, in terms of wanting to be able to help people, which, that's similar to what I do. Being able to help people with their finances and really change their financial trajectory. So that's awesome. And then you started out of your home, and
Yes.
I definitely work out of my home. So let's dive right in to the things that we're getting ready to start seeing as tax season is amongst us. Talk about some of the changes that we can expect
Right.
with our taxes, and give us the information,
Right.
information about what we're getting ready to see.
Right. So to start off, number one is that they actually push tax season back. So we cannot actually start electronically filing until February 12th. That is almost a 3-week difference from last year or any other previous year. And I know it has a lot to do with this stimulus, because a lot of people, they were trying to figure out how to get this money to people. And, when you do your taxes, there are several ways for you to collect your money. You can do direct deposit, you can put it on a card, you can do a cashier check. And because of the reason of them dispersing money through different banks, because that's how we do it, we use bank software that gives you your money. So most people think their money is coming from the IRS when you go to a tax preparer, but it is not. So that's why you're getting your money faster, because the bank software we use pays you out first, and the IRS reimburses them. So, I heard this comment, and I want to tell you, we do not have your money. Your money was sent to the bank that we use to collect your money and give it to you. And the IRS sent the money to them to distribute the funds. We have nothing to do with how your money gets to you as far as the stimulus goes. Now, for whatever reason, there was a lot of error in people getting their taxes back. So they created what we call the recovery credit. So basically, that's the most highlight right now. People are wondering, where's their money? How can I get my stimulus check? Some people actually didn't even get it last year because they hadn't filed their taxes. So one major rule from last stimulus check to now is a lot of people who didn't get it last year for whatever reason. I know they had Some of them were people who had student loans. Well, with the Recoveries Act, they were not able to take your money because you owe federal student loans and defaulted. And if they did, they had to reimburse you. So I know a lot of my clients who had, defaulted on their loan, they eventually got their money back. And so if you didn't get your money back, you need to contact your loan people, whoever you use for your federal loans, and make sure you request it because they were supposed to give you back that money. And that's the law. Also, child support. So last stimulus check,
Okay, y'all, listen
the
to
child support, yes, they did take your taxes and you're not entitled to it. But the new stimulus check, everyone gets their money regardless to student loans, child support, or anything. I think the common thing that I'm hearing is, well, a dependent. I claim my mother, for example. I took care of her, and because she's over 18, I can't get a stimulus check for her. And that is true. If you claim a dependent that is over 16, actually, which it was kind of crazy to me because 17-year-olds didn't get the stimulus check.
Wow.
It was, I just really didn't understand it. And I know why, because once they're 17, they're no longer qualified for the child tax credit.
Right.
So I understood that. But this is still a 17-year-old living in your house who's a child, maybe a senior
And
in
you're
high
taking
school.
care of
You're
them.
That's the most expensive year.
Exactly.
Why would you not give them money? I just didn't understand that rule. However, now with the new stimulus check, everyone is entitled to this $600. Even so, what I suggest to the Social Security people, they may not have to file taxes, but we actually can file a tax for them in order for them to receive their $600 if they don't automatically get it. And it's kind of more like just an informational tax where we're just letting the government know that, they get Social Security and that they're a person who is entitled to the stimulus check. But that's one of the main things that's really going on now. Now, I know a lot of people have not got their stimulus checks for whatever reason. I do not work for the IRS. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is that with the new tax laws, we can give you your money when you do your taxes. So they did create a form through the recovery rebate where if you didn't get your money last year and you were actually entitled, we can add it to your taxes. Also for this year. So if you didn't get your money this year, by the time February 12th comes around and electronically tax filing season is open, if you didn't get your stimulus check, we can also put this year's stimulus check in it for you to receive your taxes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's great news for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm certain that, a lot of people were upset that did not receive their stimulus check last year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they haven't received the $600 payment out this year. And hopefully our government will do the right thing and increase that where the extra $1,400 will be dispersed as well.
And if you're very curious about what's happening, if you go on irs.gov, there is an icon that says Get Payment. It will tell you the information regarding your previous stimulus check and the new stimulus check. It'll let you know. Now, I know I was told the system had aired out at some point. I think they were updating or something. But ultimately, that is the tool for you to use. Don't call your tax preparer. We don't know. Go on to irs.gov, hit Get My Payment, put in your information, and it's going to tell you that either your check was mailed out, it's going to tell you that you didn't qualify. It's going to tell you what you need to know. It may also say that you're going to have to apply for it when you do your tax return for the rebate. So by all means necessary, if you are wondering about where your stimulus check is, check that tool on a daily basis up until February 12th, because after that, I don't know the exact date that they're going to stop sending them out, but I know as of now, checks are going out, direct deposits are going out, and they're doing it on a weekly basis. So just, be patient. Be patient. Some of the other things that's going on in the tax world, the standard deductions have raised. And it didn't raise by that much, but what that is the current standard deduction for single people is like $12,400. $400 up from last year. So basically what that means is whatever your income was, they deduct $12,400 from that and determine your taxable rate. So whatever they tax you on based on that. So the deductions did go up high. The head of household one went to $18,800. That was originally $18,000. The married filing jointly went up to $24,800, which was originally $24,000. So basically, they gave you about $800 more to make to keep you to make your tax liability go down a little bit. Okay. Is it really going to make a big difference? I don't know. It just all depends on your income level. For the most part, it's going to help people in a higher income bracket, but those in the lower income bracket, you're really not going to see a big difference in that. Another thing is the retirement savings. You will probably see some extra few dollars in your, if you have like an IRA or 401k, in that, because the credit that they give you to have that plan raised a little bit, and they bumped it up. And also, if you are the age of 50 and older, you can kick up your actual contributions to $6,500, and that's like $500 more than what you used to be able to do for your savings. And so doing your IRAs and your 401ks, yearly maximums. I don't know. It's just so much going on.
Right.
I think I want to more highlight the businesses.
Okay.
Because individuals, they're like, whatever. It's just
Right.
straightforward.
But we definitely wanted to touch on the stimulus part,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that is so prevalent right now with, that being the hot topic of discussion right now. The stimulus. When am I getting my stimulus check? So, yes, let's hop into some of the business aspects of it and then grant money.
Right. Yep. So for businesses, there has been multitudes of changes. Now, because of the CARES Act, and I could say that's one thing I can tell that Trump administration really focused on, because of course we know he was a businessman, not a politician. So when you look into the new business changes, you can tell that, a lot of these were geared to help the rich, to be honest, but it did help us small, our little small entities too.
But the one thing with that, even that statement, is that a lot of people needed to know where to go and to get that information from. So this is good information
right.
for the small business owner, because a lot of people don't realize where to get the info.
Yeah. So one of the things that they implemented with the CARES Act, businesses, self-employed individuals, they could delay a portion of their federal payroll taxes. Now, this was a little odd to me, but again, eventually the money has to come from somewhere. So they allow for you not to pay your payroll taxes to the federal government that they normally have to pay, and they delayed it. And for some companies, they took it out so that the taxes that would normally be taken out your check, they stopped taking them out. And then they kind of put it on delay, on the back end, you should say. So then it's like they give you a certain amount of time towards next year, which would be this year, to start paying them back. So it really was like a lot of people were seeing more money in their check during the bad times of Corona, and even though it's still here, during the stay-at-home orders and stuff like that, they were getting more money in their check if they were still working. And keep in mind, every employer did not have to elect for that to happen as well. Some of them opt out because at the end of the day, it's not like they were doing anything to exempt them from paying, because the law stated that, well, next year we're going to make you pay it back, but we're going to add a little smaller portions to each payroll, so you don't really see it, but yet we're getting our money back. One good thing though was the businesses that had net operating losses. Um, some had, there used to be a limitations on how much, loss that you can claim year to year. And they didn't even let you carry forward all that amount to the next. But now they let you carry it forward 5 years. So that's good. So if there was a company struggling and, most of the time it was only 80%, now you can carry forward whatever it is to your new taxes of loss, because a loss is still a loss. It doesn't matter if it was in this year or next year. So that's going to help their taxable income come down, and, allow for them not to owe as much taxes, when it's time for them to file. Businesses that were, who use, like, for example, had to use more credit cards and get more loans, we could write off a certain percent of the interest. And that percentage was only 30%. So now that is increased to 50%. So if you use business credit cards, anything that you use where you accrue the interest or loan, you can actually write that back off. So that will help a lot of small businesses who needed them funds, lines of credit to immediately fund themselves, get equipment, pay payroll, whatever the reason they used it for. And I think that's pretty good. That was a good 20% raise. That's going to substantially help businesses. There's so much.
Well, for the sake of time,
Right.
I don't want us to be all over the place, but
Gotcha.
let's go over to grants.
Right.
So we can touch on some of the grant money, because I know that there are some deadlines that are vastly approaching.
Right. So let's talk about the grant that's going on right now, and there's a few of them. But the one I want to talk about first, it is called the Michigan Small Business Survival Grant. That is up and running right now. You can just Google Michigan Small Business Survival Grant. That grant gives up to $20,000 to businesses that had to close down and could not function or, do anything because of the government orders. They can get up to $20,000. After that, it's 15. It starts at 15, and those were for businesses that were partially open, but not fully operating. They can get up to $15,000. Now, what I did learn is that when you go on there, my experience yesterday, and I'm not going to tell the whole story, but you have to go on there and create an account. Once you create an account, they'll put you in queue because they're trying not to overload or crash the system. They're going to put you in queue and then send you an email in which you will have 20 minutes to log back on. If you missed your time, like me, I went from 945 in line to 12,500 because I missed it by 2 minutes to log back on and start the application.
My goodness.
Do not miss your time. By the time I was up, it was midnight last night. So you got to think, it opened up at 9 a.m., Ms. Harris. I was on there at 8:45. I was not able to submit the application until midnight, which basically is the next day. So if you go on there now, you may be in a pool, but you just got to keep monitoring it. It went fast pretty much in the evening.
So with this grant money,
Right.
you have to pay it back, or this is
No.
okay?
You do not have to pay it back. You can use it for payroll, utilities, reopening up your business, and any expenses as related to your business.
Awesome.
And also, FYI, with any grant money that had been given to any businesses this year, the ultimate question is it taxable? Yes. Any grant money that was given to you is taxable. So what that means is they're going to send you a 1099. That's another thing. If you did not receive a 1099 yet from a person who gave you grant money, do not file your taxes yet, because that has to be added on your taxes, because that is a taxable entity. And it could come back to bite you in the butt. Now, the only ones that's excluded from not being taxable is those that are being forgiven. For example, the PPP, which most people know it's the Paycheck Protection Program, which they'll forgive the loan and the amount. Now, initially, they said it was going to be taxed. There's different laws. They're kind of going back and forth with it. But for what I know right now, unless the guideline states it, it's taxable. But for the most part, if it's a forgivable loan, it's not going to be taxable. You may still have to put the amount on your taxes, but it's not going to count against you. Okay. That's one good one. The PPP just opened up. We were just talking about that. The second round of PPP, and to be honest, what I've learned about it so far is that your company will have to have had a 25% drop in revenue from last year. So basically, that's already letting you know that your PPP is going to be lesser than what you had the previous. So if you're expecting to try to get more money, that's not going to happen. The only way that you will probably get a significant amount is if this was your first time applying. But if not, they would have been comparing last year to this year's. And you can go on SBA.gov. I'm going to give you a few different highlights of places you can go. So we have MichiganBusiness.org. They have a list by county. So each county has money and grant money. So when you actually go to apply for some of these grants, they send the information to their county, and that county governs who they're going to distribute it to. So that new grant, the Michigan Survival one, is not a first come, first serve grant. Everyone fills out the application, they send it to your county, and who's ever responsible for distributing funds and determining who's going to get funded will then contact you and give you further instructions or let you know if you did or did not receive the grant. There's a few other ones. Hello Alice has totally nothing to do with the government. That's like a personal grant foundation. Check them out. They have a lot of resources. They give out money. Prosperous Detroit, they're another entity. We have Detroit Development Fund. I know they're allowing you to get loans at very low interest rates. This is the time, especially for minority and black-owned businesses, specifically because there's never been a time in history in my something years where they were allowing us to get money and not have to have all that collateral, right, or not have to have made $100,000 or something dollars. There are so many people, even banks. I know a lot of banks are on board to helping, black businesses and small minority women-owned businesses. So just check it out. If you go on the uschambers.com, it kind of shows you worldwide grants. Or just check your local county and see what's on there. There, grants.gov is a tool too, and it has a slew of different grants that's available to the people. So, yep.
You have been a wealth of information.
Thank you.
And on Wednesdays, I usually call my Wednesdays Wealth Wednesday. Today was truly a Wealth Wednesday type episode here. Give the people your contact information.
Okay.
So they can contact you if they have any questions or definitely need your services.
No problem.
Because I swear, you laid it out.
So basically, I'm located in Southfield, Michigan. My address is 29551 Greenfield Road. I am in Suite 115. I'm right in between 12 and 13 Mile. You can check out my Facebook, Baskin Tax and Insurance. I'm also on Instagram, Baskin Tax. My website is www.baskinservice.com. I just don't only do taxes and insurance. I also do notary. We also do business startup packages in my office. We do financial planning. I do financial seminars. I'm a one-stop shop, so I do it all.
Wow.
Come check me out. My phone number, my business cell is 313-728-4571. And my office number is 248-677-1707. We do give out $25 referral fees. We give out free gift cards to all new clients. I do virtual appointments. I have a mobile site, so if you're still feeling crazy about Corona, you can actually upload it. I have a secure site. You don't even have to walk in the office. We can do everything by phone through the secure site. You can e-sign your information, and you can be right at home and get your money. We do advanced loans too, up to $6,000. So if you don't want to wait, so let me recap on that. You don't have to wait till February 12th. If you have all your paperwork right now and you need your money now, you can come in and apply for the advanced loan. I use a bank, obviously. They do a what they call a soft pull credit report. They don't really base it hardly on credit. I think they just look to make sure you don't have any current bankruptcies or anything. But don't let me discourage you from, the worst thing they can say is no. They also, you may apply for up to the $6,000 only if your return is that amount. So don't say your return is 3. You ain't about to get 6. So don't come in there asking for 6 and your return is only 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Have those that'll try it.
Right. Yes.
They will try you.
Yes.
But I am super excited to have had you today as a special
Thank you.
guest. You have given so many awesome nuggets for those that are looking for that tax information. Definitely, you guys, check out Shamika because she is a wealth of information and she is definitely a source that will be able to help change your financial trajectory in terms of your taxes and insurance. And if you don't have insurance, let me tell you something, you guys. And I talk about this all the time because we do a will, trust, power of attorney with the services that I do. There's so many people that are leaving this earth today.
Yes.
Without an insurance policy and without a will, trust, power of attorney. Right. Take care of your business.
Yes.
Make that a priority with your tax refund. Don't go buy a Gucci bag. Don't go buy a Louis Vuitton bag. Don't go buy a new car if you don't have life insurance.
For sure.
Please. We tired of doing these GoFundMes for funerals.
Oh, I was just about to say that, Miss Harris.
I'm just tired.
I told my family members who don't have insurance, I said, listen, the only thing I'm going to have for you is some flowers and some macaroni at your repast, because I ain't putting up $1 when you, and you don't even have to come to me. Some people, they don't want your family, they don't want you to know all their business. That is perfectly fine. I have millions of other friends in insurance businesses that I can refer you to. But GoFundMe is not a life insurance policy.
At all.
It drives me crazy.
At all.
It drives me crazy.
And I realize that people get into certain circumstances beyond their control.
Yes.
But start early.
Young
parents,
people,
get your kids
it's
on
cheap.
a life insurance policy.
I can get you, and I'm just going to give you a clear example. Like, let's just say the young adults, because most of them are in that category who really is not, worried about that, like they live forever. But the young 20, 21, 22-year-old college students in good health, obviously, I could get you like $100,000 policy for like $15.
Come on now.
Listen, if you don't want to pay for it, your mom, I as a parent,
y'all can go find $15 worth of cans every month and pay for the insurance policy. Because understand something, there's 2 guarantees in life: life and death.
Yes,
and the way you came in here is not the way you gonna go out. But you're gonna leave here some type of form.
Right.
But you might as well take advantage of getting you some life insurance.
Yes.
Because the GoFundMe way is not the right way.
For sure.
So understand that. But as we begin to close out the show, I need your help Financial literacy is so, so important.
Yes.
So help me help others. I'm helping 800 people this year become financially empowered. So we're growing the movement of people who are ready to purchase homes, cars, or simply just get their finances in order. So definitely, if you're looking to do something with that tax refund, definitely sit down and do your due diligence with
Yes.
your credit.
Mhm.
So therefore, you can invest in something that will leave a legacy for your family.
Right.
And I know we don't like to talk about death.
Right.
That's just one of those subjects that we don't like to talk about. But that is one guarantee that we all got to go through
Yes.
at some particular point in our journey here on earth as we transition. But as always, I always like to leave you guys with a quote. And I'm going to leave you with a quote and a few words of wisdom today, because I'm just feeling some type of way about today. First of all, we all need to treat each other with dignity and respect at the end of the day. There's nothing like valuing other people's opinion, and know that we're not in competition with each other. Life is not a competition.
Right.
You get more out of collaboration than competition.
Yes.
There's always going to be somebody who knows more or knows something different. So why not collaborate your efforts? Just like I had Shamika here today, I know not a whole lot about taxes or insurance, but I know that that is a necessity. So therefore, I brought somebody in that can give you that information. She may not know a whole lot about credit repair and the things that I do, but between the two of us, the collaboration of the two kind of bond together. And there's no competition. Because what she has, I don't have, and what I have, she don't have. And that's the same with everybody. People, we have to exist together here on earth. And the only way we can do that is with dignity and respect and unity. So, until God says the same, you guys, first, thank you, Shamika, for being on our show today.
You're so welcome.
I really appreciate and value the information that she brought to you guys, and I certainly hope that you all have found this information to be of value. So like, tag, and share. And definitely, until God says the same, I'll see you guys next week. Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation.